And about like to the guys' normal standard.
Yeah.
How did you like the way
I mean, that was how we play. I mean, we played decent defense. The second half, it got away from us in the fourth, but some of that was just, size and got a bit loose in transition. But you can see they got progressively better over the course of the game as far as scoring the ball. But I thought our guys played hard all night long. And, you learn a lot in games like that. And Saban is a guy that, I wouldn't go so far as to say I'd throw him out there in a playoff game, but I wouldn't be afraid because of his ability to get to the basket and his toughness. And those are things that you need this time of the year, a guy that can go out there and carry out your standards, even when he hasn't played a ton. And you can see the improvement from the last game to this game. When he gets a chance to play, he can be productive. And so to your point, yeah, I like the fact that we got after it today and played from a force and grit standpoint. We played to the Sun standards.
you talked about the bench guys being adaptable?
Yeah.
Hasn't played much recently, but last two games has been able to
Yeah. I mean, Jock in the pocket and around the basket is, one of our better performers. I mean, he's not on the level of DA, but he can score in that environment. The ability to transfer the ball to the second side and then play in the pocket is something that we value. And then he's banging out there with Zubac, and Zubac is one of the better defending bigs in the league. And Jock wasn't, a fish out of water in that matchup. And so, we've put a lot of pride and effort and equity in our player development program. And when you see guys playing the way they did tonight and haven't played, that makes you somewhat proud of your program.
From your group, and also playing the Clippers, knowing that there was a chance of getting.
Yeah.
What did you see that's going to help you?
I don't think I saw anything earth-shattering or mind-blowing. We understand how they play. They look for matchups, and you have to be able to have a great shift defense against those matchups. There were a few times where Kawhi had the ball at the top and they were looking for certain guys to be on him so that he could go play one-on-one. I think the more you score against them, you can get back and set your defense against that type of ploy. But the other side is, the ability to just guard two dribbles and not give up threes. If we can guard in a one-on-one environment, which is what they do a lot of, and take away their threes, we think we can be productive against any team.
Please, basically giving 1 minute before things out. What do you see as the progression, in a short time team, getting those defensive rebounds and his finisher? Do you see him getting more minutes possibly? But is it out?
It's hard to say. I wouldn't want to say yay or nay when it comes to that. You just have to be ready. And that's what he's done. He's one of the guys that's in the gym every day. He doesn't miss. And since he's been here, you can see he's more comfortable with what we do. And his ability to attack the basket was on display tonight. The dunk he had in the first half, and then he had another one in the second half, because he can get from the three-point line to the rim in 2 dribbles, sometimes 1, and he can get there with force. So that's something that, not everybody can do. His ability to switch might be something that, if called upon, you might be able to throw him out there. But to say he's going to be in a playoff rotation after, not being in the normal rotation, I wouldn't go that far. But we're confident in his progression and growth.
Should look like he took a shot there.
Yeah, he got hit in the ribs. I thought he got hit in the throat, but I think it was a rib contusion. And so we'll just monitor him and see how it goes.
Money on Thursday night after the game, you weren't sure heading to LA how much you'd rest the guys, or whether you would or not, based on situation. Are you happy now that those starters, the 2 games here?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can go into the playoffs with a level of health that's close to 100%, you feel good about that. Everybody this time of the year is banged up, but we feel like we saw enough of our group together, and we had to prioritize health and being fresh, especially when you have a week off. I've said it since I've been here, and we've been in the playoffs. I'm not quite sure anyone can hang on to the level of conditioning that you have in game if you take a week off. You don't lose it all, but you certainly can't keep it all. And so we're going to, as most teams, if you looked around the league today, a number of teams sat guys today to err on the side of caution, and that's what we did as well.
Only without a lot of accomplishments in the next 5 days, what do you see for his group in terms of maintaining sharpness and keeping focus?
I just think having a plan in place is something that we've had from the weight room, the training room, and on the floor. We've been looking at this period of time for a while, and so we have a plan, and you can adjust the plan when you need to, but I think the guys have bought into what we feel is a good way to move forward, planning out light days, moderate days, and then, we're going to have a chance to look at scrimmage days and see how it goes. And I think that's something that we all value, is the ability to plan for opportunities like this. We didn't come up with this plan yesterday or the day before. It's been in the making for a while. And so I think the guys, everybody in the organization has bought into that, and we feel good about where we are.
Does that plan look any different than last year?
I think there's always opportunities to tweak based on where you are, the age of your team, the age of your rotations, injuries. You can tweak accordingly. So it looks different from that standpoint, maybe. And then I think you learn, every year, like, how many days do you need to play 5-on-5 before your first game, so you can give guys the proper recovery time to be sharp on game day. And I can't recall what last year looked like, but I would imagine Corey and Kohei and the guys who put this stuff together, I'm sure they've tweaked it some.
Last 6 minutes, is he okay, or is that just a rest?
No, he's fine. Yeah, Torrey's fine. I mean, he's a guy that's played through a lot this year. Soreness, had his teeth knocked out. He's got, his hand looks like he's got like a glove on. So when you can give a guy like that a chance to take a break, you have to take advantage of it. Last thing, I just want to congratulate Udonis Haslam. Don't know if this will get out, but I just think if I was ever going to pat someone on the back from another team, there's a few guys that I would do that for, and it's UD. I think he played his last regular season home game and had a big time game, but congratulations to him and his family. I remember his transformation as a player. And Mike Miller was a rookie that I played with, and he was down the street at a buddy of mine who played on our team, and UD was in town with Mike, and he was huge. He was a big dude, and he's transformed not only his body and his game, and has become the standard down in Miami. And so I think it's pretty cool that when you get a chance to congratulate a guy like that, he's a good dude, and I'm glad he's retiring because we don't have to deal with him anymore. So congrats to him.
The same thing, anything about Almo Clark?
He's just the standard here, to be able to do it as long as he's done it. Was it 50 years, 51 years? I mean, I used to do radio with him when the building was different in the office, and his voice it was just this booming voice. I felt like I thought somebody was going to come into the office that was about 6'10", And he would sit down and we'd talk, and I soon found out, just based on how people revered him here, how important he's been to the fabric of the Suns and to this community. So it's pretty cool that he got recognized today, and I'm grateful that I had a chance to work with him.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.